Would you say you're full of shit, or you got some fucking mental problems?
See, that's the thing about like Facebook and social media. You don't know.
You don't know
what you're getting
I
into.
went out. I had a girl on Facebook, and I found out that she was a catfish. What she wanted to do, she wanted to get married, and she's from Russia. Well, I met her, and I took her to my church. And then they turned around. They didn't want me bringing this girl back to church. I said, why not? Well, they have this thing, you know, with all this war that's going on, and I mentioned that she was Russian. Now they're thinking I'm in bed with Russia. They don't know whether I'm in bed with this girl, you know what I mean? What do they mean when you say, when politicians, and they say people are in, you know, they're in bed, or, you know, they're doing this and they're doing that, you know what I mean? Do you think that they're just verbalizing it, or do you think they're just trying, or you know what? Now I'm reading this book that's excellent.
I'm wearing your cross, Daddy.
For all this time, and you listen to it, and when it was brought up when I was went to bandstand in '60, there was a guy called Little Richard. You know what I mean? And he says, you know, good golly, Miss Golly, and everybody, because of his mannerism and the way they thought that this guy was gay, but he's never been gay, and they had to apologize to him. For the fact is that some people have some people have like this transgender and this and that. So you have to be careful, big time, on that subject, because you don't know whether you're offending somebody or not.
Can we talk about that? They talked about that in the church service.
Well, when I was in the service, and I'll show you all kinds of stuff before you leave. But
oh my.
I'm on guard duty, and I'm in Germany. It's 1965.
We're a military family, Dad. Our whole family's military.
All right, well, this would happen. And I'm talking to this guy, and I says, "Oh, these black people, and they're so stupid." And
it's terrible.
And, yeah, it is terrible. But this was back in 1965. I wasn't thinking. And so the guy went up to me. He was the nicest, polite, nice. He had, how would I say? He was very measured, very quiet, and he was very articulate. He was well educated, and he said, "I like you, Claude." He said, "But I wish you would do me a favor. I wish you wouldn't bring that. You know, you're like a racist or a white supremacist. You don't realize." I said, "Well, why are you getting so offended about it?" He tells me he's half black. I says, "Oh my God." You know what I mean? Now, from the color of his skin, okay? Now, I dated a black girl. And now, a lot of my neighbors mentioned to me, "Did you realize that she's black?" I didn't know she was black. I went to the veteran to get an eye test. And I thought on my driver's license I got green eyes. I found out I got blue eyes, and I'm colorblind. And I broke up with the girl. You know what I mean? Now, do you think that was the right thing to do for me? Or do you think I didn't like the fact that my neighbors are mentioning it, thinking I'm going out with a girl of color?
Well, what's the rest of the joke, Dad?
The rest of the joke is, I told her that I was half black.
Oh, come on.
And she didn't believe me. I said, "Well, I'm black from the waist down," and she called me a liar.
Oh, this is terrible. That's awful.
I was just bullshit.
Do you do this to everybody you just meet? I mean,
I'm messing around with you.
Oh, yeah.
You know that, Victoria. You know I'm playing games with you, right? Sometimes, now, all right.
Isn't Joel's wife named Victoria? He watches Joel Osteen. His wife's named Victoria.
Now,
Victoria Osteen.
Don't be taping on.
No.